Welcome back, peeps. Hope you've all been well. We're down at the unit this weekend. So as you may have noticed, may have heard. If you haven't heard, you haven't been watching the videos, where have you been? I'm only joking, people, I'm only joking. So you'll see behind me there is the Sankey that you will have seen maybe last year. We took it out sort of not really did a lot with it, to be honest. Just dumped the tent on the top. So we're going to start the build on this today. We've got the spreadsheet engineer there, lovely sight there. Ben's with us. And we've got Ryan outside there working on, a project that you wouldn't have seen here on 4-Wheel Drive UK. But he doesn't just do 4-wheel drives, Ryan. This is another one of his projects. We'll talk more about that maybe another time. So we're just going to have a bit of a tidy up here. As you've seen, that the place is full of all sorts. There's Connor messing about, look, with his transfer cases. Oh, he does love his transfer cases, don't you, Connor? So we've got a few bits and pieces there that really get sorted out.
How many transfer cases have I got now?
Oh, 4? I'm losing count. How about him? I don't know. And you'll see there's stuff of Ryan's here. Bit of an idea of what's going on in the van there, look. Oh, what's that I'm on there? Oh, what's that?
I want a spare
winch. So that's one of the things that Ryan's up to out there. We've got Nora in there. None of these things are going to be getting worked on today. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a start on this, have a tidy up, get rid of all this crap that's lying about, give ourselves a bit of space. And we'll bring you back, we'll show you how we're going to go about doing this. And I don't know how we're going to do it yet. I have no idea. It's like everything else we do here, we'll wing it. We'll see how it goes. But stay with us, could be interesting, could be fun. We might actually produce something that's worth having at the end of it. Let's hope. See you in a bit. So then, I've had a bit of a tidy up. Whew, that takes longer than you think, doesn't it? So, plan is that the overall height of the camp trailer will be, to the top of the tent now we're talking, will be no higher than Dora's roof. Because the idea is to try and keep the height down all the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and take some measurements now from Dora to see what she is floor to the top of the roof there. And at least that then will give us our overall height. That knows where we'll start. And then we'll take the tent off, get that off the way. We'll take these temporary bars out that we fitted last year and make a proper start on it. Whew. Knackered already, haven't even started. Okay, so we got the tent off and got it stripped back. I'll just show you the tip where's for where at the minute. So we've got it outside just now. And we got a good degrease, so it's had a good coat of gunk on there, engine degreaser. I'm going to give that 10 or 15 minutes to soak in. We'll give it a good jet wash off, and hopefully that'll give us a good basis to start. So I'll just sort the microphone out. 15 minutes, is that Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I've just turned the microphone round, so we'll go the other way now, and look, and now he's shouting. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, it is time for a smoke collar, yeah. So we'll just give that a good coat of degreaser now. We're going to give that 15-20 minutes maybe. Let that all soak in. We'll give it a good hose off. Always nice to have something clean and somewhere to start with. Now you can see these are the temporary supports we put on last year. Only just tacked on here. So we'll get it cleaned off and then we'll cut these off. And I think looking at it, I thought it was waterproof, this tub, but I don't know whether you can really make out here. I can see daylight through there. We've got a bit of rust and stuff going on there. So I'm thinking maybe it's going to want a bit of attention along there first, along these seams here, see? Because what I do want to be sure of really is that the tub itself is pretty much watertight. There's going to be a lot of expensive stuff going in this, isn't there? With all our camping gear and that. So that'll probably be the first job, and you can see along here, see some of these coming a little bit. So our friends at CT1, that's what we'll be doing with that. A bit of CT1 on there. rivet everything up, get it nice and tight. So that's the plan for this morning, is to go and have a cup of tea now. No, I'm joking. The plan is to, like I say, we'll get that cleaned up, get it all sorted, and then we can make a start on actually making that tub waterproof. And somehow, I'm not really sure how we're going to do it yet, but I'd like to try and keep this tailgate as an opening tailgate. And I'll show you, that'll come to mind why as the build goes on. I've got a bit of a snazzy idea here for the boiler. Yes, you heard it right, the boiler. We are putting a combi boiler in this trailer. So I'm gonna have a look really. You can see along here, it should be easy enough to sort some kind of seal along there to make it waterproof. What do you reckon, Connor?
I've got some very nice weather stripping that I bought to seal the doors on Blue Sea. I think it'll do well there.
I'm thinking maybe welding a
plate and then have a weather seal. Yeah.
I'm thinking that might be the idea. So,
and then put a seal along the bottom.
If anyone's got any ideas out there, the product or know of a product that we can use on that, give us a shout. Leave us a comment down there. Even put a link to these seals, because I've not done this before. I've no idea. I can see. Look, there's quite a gap there. And there, it does want to be a really nice waterproof seal. So, yeah, if any of you know anything that we can use on there, or an idea of what to do with that, because I can be sure of this, I can't plaster it up. That's for certain. I can't plaster it up. Anyway, getting ridiculous there, isn't it? We'll catch up with you in a bit. Oh, seems the battery on the other camera's died. Oh, and we're getting bad flickering on this one. Oh, must be the lights, the LED lights. Right, well anyway, it was just a quick one now. Update where we're at to. So we've degreased it, we've jet washed it, and now just trying to get all these seams and stuff, as much of the moisture out as I can right now, because a lot of it, as you can see, you might be able to see down there, it's sort of rusting a little bit inside there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all those out and give them a good go over with the grinder, maybe in a wire brush, and then we'll give them a load of go over with seam sealer or CT1 or something along those lines. These things here, don't really think I need those with what I'm doing with the build, so I think we're going to take these out. There's 6 of these, 3 at the front, 3 at the back. We're going to take them out. The likes of these holes here, I think with this being steel, what I'll probably do is just weld them up. What I'll basically do is underneath there, just hold a plug of brass. See there, like that, with my fingers through. Put a plug of brass. Where am I? There. So I put a plug of brass underneath and we'll weld over. I'll show you how I do it. So we'll probably weld all those up, get this all scrubbed and ready to go. And maybe tomorrow we'll cut these off as well. And then hopefully tomorrow we could give the inside a coat of Raptor paint or something like that, and give us a nice base to start on then. So let's crack on with that. Try and get you a bit of footage of what we're doing here. So like I said, really all it is a matter of going round with the blower now. There's that moisture out of there as I can. And then we'll go down and seam seal all that once it's had to go with the grinder. There's all sorts of bits of rust and everything coming out of there. So we're going to crack on with that. You can still see down here, see that all the moisture that's still along here. You can see how that looks very moist. Behind that moisture, there's a little bit there of corrosion. So what we'll do, I'll crack on with that. Try and get that a bit more of that done, and then I'll come back to you and show you how we'll tackle the next stage. Stick around. Okay, so come to take the first of the tie down things off. Well, as always, everything's been on many years. As you can see, they're fixed, these ones at the front at least, are fixed with roll pins, which would not move. So all I've done really is cut them off the roll pins either side, knock that up through the hole, like that. So that's where it was. So that's that. What we'll do at a later date is we'll put that on the pillar drill and we'll drill that out, clean these all up, paint them, and put some new roll pins with them. So what I'll do now is I'll crack on, I'll get that one done, and I think those ones there have possibly got like nuts and bolts in those, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll just crack on with that and then we'll get on to the next bit. Hey. Was more of a job than I thought. So there's those 6 out now. 1, 2, 3 at the front there, or the back rather, and the 3 at the front are out. I've cut the bars off, as you see, these bars. So we're back to a standard Sankey. Just get that out of the way. So what I'm going to do now is basically go over all the end of the tub there with the grinder. I'll put a wire wheel on it, I think, wire brush. We'll go down all these areas, all the edges, along all these sills, all the joins down here, everywhere where it looks like it's going to leak. I'm going to go through all that, give it a good scrub back with the grinder and the wire brush, and hopefully they'll be nice and clean. Then we'll blow all the crap out again, and that'll be nice and clean. Then that we could go around with a seam sealer then and seam seal everything, and then we'll look at doing something with these holes. I'm not sure yet. I think we're probably going to weld those, but we'll see. So, still going, eh? Still at it. Nowhere near as much as I thought I'd have had done by today. But then again, I suppose this trailer. Well, you look, always bloody laughing. Always laughing. Never.
Always the way, isn't it? Always the way. I'll get all this done today. I'll get all this done. Never ends up happening. You get sidetracked.
Doesn't happen. But hey ho, we'll crack on, eh? We'll crack on. Catch you shortly. So, it's all the seams and stuff cleaned up, as you can see. And there, all the way round with the wire brush on the grinder. I mean, it's not perfect, but I think it'll be good enough. State of it, like covered in crap now. So yeah, all them done. Next job now will be to seam seal all that. So we'll get the CT1 out, and we'll put bead. We'll bead it all the way around, all these seams, and all the way back along. Anywhere where there's one of those seams, we'll put a bead of CT1, and then we'll give it a brush over with an inch paintbrush or something like that, make it look factory, you know. And then we can get it all ready for paint then. So we're going to I think we're going to Raptor coat the inside of this, just to give it a nice durable coating. And like I said before, we'll weld these holes up, I think. These here, and there's a couple of little ones here. We'll weld them up. That should hopefully make it waterproof. Watertight rather than waterproof, I suppose. These ones here as well. This is where the old spare wheel carrier used to sit. There's quite a lot of holes in there, so I don't know if we're going to weld them up as well, I think. Or maybe we'll just fit a plate over that. I don't know. Depends how rough we're feeling at the time. Oh look at that. What's that then, Connor? That wouldn't have to be the one that sort of got smashed off, did it, on Splashy?
Maybe.
Whoops. Right foot's too heavy. Right foot's too heavy. Right, anyway, peeps, stick with us. We'll bring you some more on this now. I'm just gonna have a cup of tea first, you know. Cup of tea, I think. Bite to eat, really. I've not eaten much today. You need to keep your strength up, you know. You need to keep your strength up doing stuff like this. Catch up with you later anyway. Another bit done, another bit, little bits at a time, eh? So, you see the holes there? What I've done is welded washers over the top. So that should make it pretty much watertight now. All those got washers over. What we'll do is give them a little bit of time now for that to cool down. Well, I'll go and have yet another cup of tea. Hey, I should have shares in Yorkshire. So yeah, I'll let that cool down a bit, and then I'll probably brush a bit of CT1 around them as well, just as a belt and braces, peeps. Hey, belt and braces. And then I would say, really, that's the internals of it, watertight. Apart from that rear door, which, well, we're going to go with some kind of seal on that, I think. So we'll see. I'll get this done. We're going to leave it. I'm going to leave it cool down a little bit. Put some CT1 on it, and then. That might be all I could really do with it for today, to be honest, because I want to get the inside of it all painted then. So I'll let the CT1 go off. I want to give it a good coat of primer, and then I think I'm going to raptor the inside of this. I've got some black raptor left when we did Dora. So yeah, I think we'll raptor the inside. At least that way, and it gets all dirty and greasy, it's easy to wash out, isn't it? Well, that's a plan anyway. Just want to use up the raptor, I suppose. It was good fun using it last time. Anyway, peeps, I keep going on, don't I? I'm sure you don't want to listen to all that. Hey, stick with us. I'll see you soon. Okay, update time. You're going to get a lot of this. So we've, what I've done, just put a load of Gal primer on there, really. Sealed up all the holes, as you can see. Gone over them as well with CT1. Brushed it round. All the seams are done. So hopefully, should be pretty much watertight. And what I'll do is I'll give that a coat of Raptor, probably on the internals, maybe tomorrow, I'm not sure. We'll let all that dry off overnight anyway. So in the meantime, right, what I'm doing, looking at the rain out there, shit innit? Anyway, looking at the designs. So, on here, on the drawing board, if you can see it with this flashing light and that. So it's either that design there, or that design there. So obviously this is the trailer base. Okay, so I either go straight up and then bend and flat across the top, and I want it 1350 is there. That's how wide the tent is across there. Okay, so I'm not really keen on that one, to be honest. I think more something like this. So we'll come out of the top of the trailer and put a bend there and bring it in. So this side of the trailer here, once it's done, will be a gull wing that opens up, and then we can get under there some lights and stuff underneath that. So I think this is the one we're going to go with. So we're going to bring it out of the trailer. Now, those of you who know Sankeys, you'll know that they've got these holes here for the hoops, and you'll see there's a telltale mark on that one. What I've done is I've used this die grinder to grind it out a bit wider. So as you can see now, this is the tube that I'm going to be using. That fits nicely in there now, nice and snug, and that'll go all the way down to the bottom of there then. And what I'll probably do is where this tube comes down to the bottom, I'll put a couple of tack welds in there just to hold it tight. So this is just my control bend, I think it's called. I don't know, I was listening to someone on YouTube to tell me how to bend tube, and they said you need to do a 45 and a 90. So anyway, we'll get into that later when we do the bending. So for now, what I'm doing is just die grinding these holes out so that we can get them the right size. You can see I've got that one marked out there. You can see if I get out the light. You can see that one's marked out there. So we'll get the die grinder on that one now. Open it up. All right, come back to you soon. Okay, peeps, welcome back. Been messing about setting bloody cameras up there. I'm not very good at this cameras. Right, so good job I didn't bend the first tube last night, because actually when I got home I realised that I hadn't allowed for the height of the tent. So you know, I said we were having an overall height. And when I'd worked out last night, I hadn't allowed for the height of the tent on top. So I don't know whether you can really see. I did mark one out on the floor there last night. But anyway, that's gone. So there's the new hoop. What I've done is I've marked it out on the floor here, you can see. So this is the interpretation of the tub. Goes across there. Okay, and then from there, you see a slight angle in and across the top for the hoop. Back down there and there. So they will go in here, down to the bottom there, up and the hoop, up and over the top and down, yeah. So just going to work out the angles for that now, which again is another one of these things I'm not very good at. Clever stuff that, you know. Help if I can find my angle finder. There it is. So what I'm using for this. Now loads of you are probably going to say, oh, there's an easier way of doing that. Yeah, there probably is. There probably is. But I'm using one of these. So basically what I'll be doing is we basically put that there like that, follow the angle, find the angle, and then it gives you the angle on there. So yeah, we'll have a go at that. We're going to find that angle there, that angle there, that angle there, and that angle there. And then we should be able to get the starts of the bends. Now I'm not sure whether I went through this last time I did it. I don't think I did. I went online on YouTube and I found a guy on Merch Fab, I think it was called. Now what he said to me, what he didn't say to me actually, what am I talking about? I watched his videos and he's very informative. So the first thing he said was to do was to make some bends. So we've got a 90 and a 45. And then we mark up where the start of that bend is on the bender itself. So that's the start of the bend, that's the end of the bend, at this end of the tape. So that'll never change no matter what the angle. That distance there will always be the same between those two marks, if you see what I mean. I didn't get it first time round, well about 10th time round I'll be honest. So what I need to do now is mark up where they'll be on where the start of that bend will be. So let's say, as we're going to do this one here, we need to know where to start that bend. So at what point can we have this on the roller in the pipe bender, if that makes sense. So what I've done is I've got the centre of the hoop there, marked there, and I'll measure everything back from that centre of the hoop out. So a lot of this you have to do a little bit by eye, do you know, because that's not obviously 90 degrees and this is. So it's a matter of just messing about really and getting it somewhere where you think is about right. I mean, centre of the bend's about there. I'd say really the start of the bend is there. See what I'm saying? And the end of the bend will be about there somewhere. Although that angle will be going to be slightly different, it will still start and end there and there. Well, it'll start there, it might end a little bit further down or something. I hope that makes sense. I know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. See if we can't get this first one bent and ready to go on the trailer. Stick with us. Okay, update again. We're getting somewhere now, I think. We're getting somewhere now. So you see there, you see behind me, we've got the first hoop on. Got that sorted. Bit of a play about. I don't have a lot of luck with these batteries and these cameras and that, you know. Anyway, like I was saying, I've done the first hoop. That's on. Not welded in place, but it's on. I had to adjust my bloody drawing again. And see there, I've gone to that line. It's not that's that line I needed. I forgot to take into account the height of the tent again. So we've got an overall height of 2.1 to the top of the bars really on Dora. Let me show you. Bush bars. So to the top of those bush bars on Dora, there's about 2.1, 150 maybe. So I want to keep it similar heights, you know. The whole idea of this is to keep it down out of the trees. So 150 to the top of there. That tent's about 300 mil deep, and this is 1850. From the floor there, down the floor to the top of that bar is about 1850. So it's given us an idea, and if you look, I mean, I'll have to crouch a bit to get in. But it's not like I'm going to live in there, is it? You know, so all my kit will go in there. So yeah, I think, you know, that's not bad. I need to make another one now. So we're going to make another hoop for the front here. So one will fit in these two holes, and one over there. Then what I'll probably do is put another hoop in the middle here, from this side to there. And we'll have to make a bit of bracketry or something to go on the side just there, and down on the bottom, a little socket and a bracket to hold it all in. And then we'll tie them in with some bars. And then these sides and stuff here will be, I can see it, maybe you can't see it right now, but I'm going to put gull wings on those, and then the back here will open out. We're going to put the gas boiler and stuff in there, you know. Anyway, you'll see as it works, as it comes together, you'll see what I mean. It's difficult to explain to you now what I'm doing with it at the moment. But stick with us, and hopefully all this will make some sense shortly. All of it will make some sense. Let's hope anyway. Stick with us until then. Right, okay, so that's front and rear hoop. Say that again. That's the front and rear hoops. I've bent them and got them sort of. You can see there's the rear, there's the front. Look at that on the bubble, look. Not far wrong there, can we? So, I think you'll agree it's starting to take a shape. You can kind of see. So, tent on the top there. Gull wings on the sides, either sides. Got storage, and then I'm going to have a big pull-out rack in here that comes out with the boiler and stuff on. So, yeah. What do you think of that then, peeps? Obviously there's an awful lot more steel to go in that, but we're just making a frame up out of the... now this is the same tube that I used on the bush bars on Dora. And don't forget now, they are bush bars on Dora, not a cage. I think someone's left us a comment saying that cage will never last, that cage will collapse. That's because it's not a cage, people. I've told you and told you it's not a cage, it's brush bars. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back on with this. So I need to make another hoop for in the middle here. So we've got a third hoop, and then we'll put some strengthening and some bracing in it, I guess. So, stick with us if you're interested. If you're not, go do something else. Hey, I remembered to fit the camera up. Getting better, aren't I? Getting better. So with the bits in there, I've got this water tank that I'm going to put in. So 125 litres should last us a little while off-road. So that's all got a vented cap. Comes with a 3/4 BSP fitting, which I'll have to, I don't know, get some fittings to make work to what I've got on here. And then I'm going to run a 12 volt pump. Now this pump was not the one I ordered, I'll be honest with you. I ordered a 10 litre and Amazon sent me a 17 litre. Very nice of them, eh? Very nice. Didn't charge me for the 17 litre one. So anyway, that's gone in there. I haven't shown you how I've done that. But all I've done really is I've welded 4 bolts straight onto here. And then they're just washers and nuts torn down. What I don't want to be doing is drilling any holes in the tub at all, because obviously I want to keep it waterproof for water crossings and the like, you know. So tank's going to go here across the head there, keep all the weight at the front and low down. So you can see here now I'm just going to weld in some tie down eyes, so they correspond with these sort of cuttings, baffles, I think they're meant to be. Can't really see they're going to baffle much, but they correspond with those. Well, what we'll do is we'll put a ratchet straps over the top of those two to hold the tank down, and then it's removable, because I'm trying to make everything removable, apart from the actual body of it, you know. Obviously that's welded in. So yeah, getting somewhere. Stick with us, see what interesting things come up. I don't know. It's gone very well today, which is unusual. It's very unusual. But stick around anyway and see how it goes. Catch up with you soon. Right then, peeps. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap this video up around about here, because I don't want to overload you with what's going on in the workshop and my rants and waffling and all the rest of the malarkey that goes on in here. So quick update. As you can see there, I'm getting the framework together. I'm going to be putting the fridge sort of this sort of side. I'll show you more about that next time. But all the shiny stuff's turned up. So this is the alley that I'm going to be using to clad the outside. So it's a 2mm flat alley. I'm not using checker plate. I don't like the idea of checker plate. So that's that stuff there. Got a bit more steel tube on the floor there that's no doubt will get used, no doubt, as we put bits and pieces in. But quite pleased with how it's coming on, I've got to be honest with you. Not that I've done like this stuff that's really before, you know. Well, I have, kind of. You know, you've seen what I've done with the door and that, but, oh, I'll tell you what, takes some working out some of this stuff. Not very clever, me, when it comes to maths and angles and all that kind of stuff. But perseverance, people, perseverance, that's the way. Measure 68 times, cut once. Never mind all this measure twice, cut once. I've done that. I'm still wrong. Down here, we've got all the, that's a big pack there of aluminium flat bar, angle. That'll be coming into use then for, well, I'll show you. I don't really need to go into all that, do I? I'll show you all that as we progress. That is, of course, if you are all interested. I don't want to force stuff on you. You know that I'm not that kind of guy, right? So let me know in the comments down here. Is this the kind of thing you want to see? Do you want to see the build all the way through? Have you got any ideas that we could stick into this? I'll tell you what I am thinking about is an infill between here, and this bar down here. I'm going to infill these because I want to make compartments, yeah? I'm not really sure what to infill it with. Anyone got any ideas? I don't know. Tell me about it. A composite board, or I don't really want to do ply. That's a bit too old school. I mean, I know I am old school, but there you go. So until next time, don't forget now, like, share, subscribe, and all you people that are watching this, do you know I found something out really interesting from Connor on the analytics and me. But there you go, he was showing me, and something that really interested me there, you know. Found that 65% of you people, that's 65% of you people that are watching these videos, you're not subscribed. What's going on, peeps? Come on, press that button. It takes a couple of seconds to do. It costs you nothing, but it will really help us out. You know, on, what's it called, an algorithm or something? I don't know. But apparently it will really help us out, and you could just do that for us, people. You're all out there every week watching. Go on, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, like and share. And ring the bell, people. Ring the bell. And make sure you're back here the same time, same place next week for much more that we bring you here on 4 Wheel Drive UK. Take it easy, people. Why do people turn things off and it's got fuck all to do with them? Leave my things alone. Oh, do you have this trouble, or is it just me? Every time I go and get something, it's in this kind of condition. Every time.
I shouldn't laugh, should I?
No, because you know that winds me up even more.
Well, it makes it even more funny.